I'm in a fantastic mood. And I hope you are as well, because One Piece chapter 1051 is out unofficially. But we're here to talk about it. I'll say this. I didn't have high expectations for the wrap up of Wano. And this has nothing to do with Luffy versus Kaido and the ending. Actually does. It has a lot to do with the ending. And so I was just kind of going with the flow. So 1049, 1050 were good chapters to me, not great chapters. But this chapter, 1051, it hit me in the feels, bruh. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the pacing of the chapter. Actually, I do know. I'm gonna let y'all know why this chapter, IMO, why did I say this? Why this chapter, in my opinion, trumps the past two for me. We're not gonna waste any more time. Let's get to it. But first, we start with the cover page. Germa has escaped. Typically, you're gonna be like, well, Brago, that's what happens, right? That's what we expected. It was a Germa cover story. Why did you have your hopes so high, thinking it's Blackbeard? Okay. It'd have been cool if it was Blackbeard or Crocodile or NL. Those are crazy. But this was always the expectation. Is this a bit underwhelming because it's everything we expected? Somewhat, but it's not bad, right? It's like Germa breaking out. Here's what I got from it. Big Mom just consistently takes L's. She's just walking into L's even when she's not around, because everybody that goes to Whole Cake Island, it seems like they get what they go there for. Well, not really, because we know most of the supernovas did not, but it's just like you go there, you somewhat succeed. But that's kind of the thing where it's like they went to Whole Cake Island. They were captured. Now they're free. I do think Oda could still be throwing us off. Don't think that, like, just based on how Oda's done things in the past, and I expect a reveal from this cover story. So we gotta wait and see. Right? Hopefully it's not on the level of pound, meaning level of bad. I expect to be something great. Either way, 1051. Why did Brago like it? Well, this was a chapter about humanity. This was a chapter about people. This is a chapter about understanding and being empathetic. For a lot of Wano, while I've been making videos, people have not really vibed with the Scabbards. They've liked a few, like a couple, overall understand their story, but they don't resonate. This chapter was all about resonating. It's been 20 years for a lot of these people. For these Scabbards, it's been a couple months, couple weeks. And so this process, getting to this point, was not easy. And to me, Oda does a magnificent job of highlighting that journey, not just for the Scabbards, but also for Tama and also for Momonosuke. And then vicariously through them, I'm going through it like, wait, wow, man. This moment was so special for the people of Wano that they were thinking it could be a dream. For decades, they've been going through this, right? Going to the Fire Festival, drinking, getting drunk, waking up, and then the next day, things are back to the way they were. Today, there's a dragon that looked just like Kaido telling them, no, don't worry. Everything is okay. It's like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm in a dream or something. Wake me up when it's time, because what is going on? They've been tormented. What Oda's doing in this chapter as well is, again, connecting us again with the Scabbards. Face shots, different angles of them, and you see as the chapter progresses, they get more and more and more emotional. And then the emotion is even catapulted because you think about the people who aren't there for various reasons. Izo wasn't there. I think Izo is probably getting healed or getting taken care of. I don't think Izo's dead. Ashidoji is not there because he's proposed to be dead. Kandra's not there because he's proposed to be dead, even though he started as one of them. And so as you see the faces, it starts to hit you that, dang, we really got through it. We faced two Yonko and succeeded. And these are the results. These are somewhat the spoils of war. Tears. Faces of citizens that are somewhat like, no way, they're in disbelief. Broadcasting it from Ringo, Hakumai, Kibi. We know the people of Abisu Town, they don't take anything seriously, so you gotta spare them. I know. I'm sorry. I know they've eaten the smile fruit, so they can't help but smile, but everyone is seeing the broadcast. I really liked Yamato's introduction to the crew. Official introduction, almost. I'm Kaido's son. And so they're like, wait. Are you Kaido's son? Frankie's ready to go. And even last chapter, Frankie said, I'm not out of cola yet. Ready to go. Then you have Brook. Wait, Kaido's son? Anti-Kaido weapons, we need them now. Yamato's like, wait, no. I am not on Kaido's side, even though I'm his son. I'm not your enemy. I've been following you, right? I've been seeing y'all on Instagram, on Twitter, all that, and I've been, y'all kind of dope. I've been following y'all for a minute. I'm a big fan, right? I'm a big fan. But almost like a backhanded compliment, because Yamato says, I've been following y'all for a while, man. Like, y'all are really dope. But then I see y'all in person, and I knew y'all were weird, but in person is still a shock. And I can imagine that, seeing Frankie, big ass shoulders, right? Brooke, a walking, talking skeleton, and just the dynamic that they have. It's jarring for a lot of people. Everyone that interacts with the Straw Hats, they are just blown away just with not only the dynamic, but just the different cast of characters that's within the group. And of course, their fearless leader, who is a bona fide idiot, but lovable, a lovable idiot. But in the midst of that, Yamato confirms that she is indeed traveling with the crew. I mean, I've been on the Yamato train for a while, just because it makes a lot of sense, her fulfilling or carrying on Odin's will, because Odin was only able to do up to where Roger was able to go. And Roger was not able to fulfill everything that was necessary in regards to what the One Piece meant. He fulfilled his purpose. He didn't fail, he fulfilled his purpose, but there's more to do. And for Yamato, she's following on in Odin's footsteps to complete that entire sphere, bringing it full circle. So now she's saying, hey, by the way, I'll be sailing with you guys from now on. I go by Kazuki Odin, but you can call me Yamato. Weird as hell, but that's Yamato. It's like, okay. Mostly everyone is excited, especially Sanji. And I understand, side boob about to go crazy. Robin's, her joyful, morbid self. Of course, those two things typically don't go together. But Jinbei's reaction. Jinbei said, okay, I want to hear from Luffy first before I get too excited. I just got to confirm with my captain first, right? Just so level-headed. Everyone else like, oh, you about to join our crew? We about to go crazy. Jimmy's like, no. That's cool. Okay. Let me just confirm with the manager and I'll get right back to you. Cool. He's the elder statesman on the crew. He is going to be the level-headed one. And I really loved his reaction because that was my reaction. I was like, hold on, you're just going to take her word for it? We then see Luffy and Zoro. They're laying side by side. They are spent. We still need some updates from what Zoro's going through. And did he beat Enma? Is he currently the king of the underworld? Is he just a peon down there? Like, did they win? No, of course not. Zoro right now, he's a king of hell, man. Come on. Seeing them down and out, it was odd, right? It's just, Wano's really about to be, we've been here for so long. It's every chapter I expect Oda to just pile on and extend it just because we've been here for so long. It's sometimes it's hard to picture One Piece outside of Wano, bro. Luffy and Zoro, they're in that phase where we're starting to transition towards post-Wano stuff, right? Then that brings me to Tama, where Tama goes into even how her powers work. And she explains that it's not a permanent thing, actually. They're like that for a month. Which for me, Tama's power has always been weird because it somewhat turns you into a slave, like you have to do anything she says. I like how Tama acknowledges that her power could be problematic for someone that she cares about. Whereas like, I don't want you to be here as my servant, right? I want you to be here as my friend or my mother. So Tama, when she gives someone her dango, they're her servant for a month. And some people revert back. Some people stay the way they are because it makes them happier, being subservient or helping Tama. So her saying that to Speed, that was pretty wholesome. I really like that. And Speed, she's grown on us from the beginning and she's known as the person that Kaido couldn't kill, right? And Kaido got Tama back from her, but Speed somehow was hurt, but she wasn't dead. I don't want to talk about death in Wano anymore. I'm over it. We're past it. We're moving forward, and let's move forward to Momonosuke's speech. There's some great speeches in One Piece. Doflamingo. I think Luffy even gave a great speech in Udon, and this is one of the great ones. Momonosuke, now all grown up, just let's transition through it because we see him in silhouette form, Oda being the king of silhouette, but we see his scabbards kneeling before him, and he mentions that it's been 20 years since his father has been dead. I think why this resonated so much, I'm picturing just this kid who's turned into a man giving a speech about how your yesterday is not your tomorrow. Everything you've been through, how persecuted you've been in this country, my country that I will now rule, is not going to continue. He's saying the freedom that you have during this fire festival is not over tonight. It will continue into tomorrow. And he just goes down the list of all the detrimental things to the people of Wano. Water, factories, slavery, the ravaged lands. All these different things are going to change immediately. We go to Tama. We get some more backstory. And for people that don't understand why backstory is important, this is why. It wraps things up. It gives you the feeling of elation because now you feel like you understand the character. You understand the motivations. You understand why things were the way they were. It brings things full circle. And so for Tama, finding out, well, first, both her parents died. Then those cute hats that she hand-woven, going to sell them herself. One was purchased by Hitetsu, and Hitetsu, in the midst of it, is telling her, just hold on a bit longer. Just hold on. It's only a few more years. The Kuzuki clan will return and restore things back to normal. So then she's thinking back to her conversation with Momonosuke, thinking back to Luffy, and of course, Ace would have to cross her mind. And Luffy said to her, by the time I leave this country, right? In the midst of this, we're seeing Luffy's smile, right? So good, saying Luffy's smile. By time I leave this country, you will be able to eat and drink whatever and whenever you want to. And so for her, the emotion comes rushing back. Everything she's been through was for this moment. She couldn't believe it. And her crying in Nami's arms, it resonates even more because remember what Nami went through. Her country was taken over by a dictator. She was an orphan herself. So Tama crying in the arms of Nami brings back all those memories of Bellemere and everything Nami had to go through to get her freedom. And even when she succeeded, right, whatever the terms of the agreement was, Arlong still held it over her head. Luffy came through and saved Nami. So Nami and Tama embracing each other. You feel that. Momonosuke mentions that his name was given to him by his father. It means second to none. And his declaration of everything that he will live up to. He's well aware that he has big shoes to fill. But one thing that he has is determination. And he has an insane sense of pride and honor. From the first time we met him, of course, it was to his detriment initially because he doesn't want to ask for help, doesn't want to admit he's hungry. Now he has people around him that can circumvent some of these things. And he's willing to put into work and make the sacrifices necessary. And so Momonosuke is going to be an amazing shogun. And this chapter almost speaks from a perspective of the future, saying he will go on to be one of the greatest leaders that we will ever know. Insane. When he says Wano will be led by him, Kozuki Momonosuke, and you see the reactions of the scabbers. Again, as the chapter goes on, those faces get more and more emotional because he does, favor Oden. Doesn't look exactly like him, but the flowing locks, the prestige, the charisma oozing from him. They're thinking, my gosh, we're here. After so long, we're finally here. And Bro, the feels. Again, the reactions to everything is major because you understand just the importance of the moment. The Straw Hat, Sanji, again, Nami, Yamato looking up so damn proud at their future shogun. Just an amazing, amazing moment. Did not think it would hit me like this. Did not think I would care too much for it. Loved it. So good. It feels finite. It feels like we're moving on. But then I do have some things I want to talk about as well in regards to just how everything's been handled. Where's Ashura Doji? We're assuming he's dead. Kanjuro, assuming he's dead. Orochi, assuming he's dead. I'm skeptical, of course, as I normally would be with things like this. But then also Hiyori. We see the embrace between Hiyori and Momonosuke. We thought that it was skipped over. Oda didn't skip it necessarily, but he showed us here. Even Momonosuke and Kinemon, I would have liked to see Kinemon's reaction to Momonosuke being an adult the first time. Same with Hiyori, but this was amazing. This was really good. And I would have liked Hiyori to say something. Well, not like for her to say something. It's just, she's been relegated back to obscurity somewhat. And she's been through a lot herself. I wish she was highlighted. She did get some acclaim, but they were just celebrating her because of her beauty. And I think that somewhat undermines the progress that Wano as a country has made and how they strive to break some of these generational curses and holding people accountable for the sins of their fathers. And I thought this would be a way to break away from that. Of course, it's not over. We still could get some Hiyori stuff, which resonates with the citizens outside of her being beautiful and then her being Komurasaki. Either way, amazing chapter. Really loved it. You guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about everything? How did it resonate with you? Now, people are asking, why do you think this is better than chapter 1049 and 1050? Well, you just gotta wait till Saturday. Saturday, I'll have a full breakdown of my thoughts on why it worked, why this worked, and why Luffy versus Kaido. I do think it worked, but it didn't work to this level. And there's some key components, but we'll talk about it. But guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about all this? Make sure to like the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogDAce. Follow me on Instagram, BrogD.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.